We're fuck it, man. We're making this video. We're doing this, guys. Welcome to the channel. Today we are talking about a bunch of bullshit, and I have pretty much the topic is I have no idea what War Thunder is doing anymore. I can't put my fat American fingers on what they're doing. I have no idea. Die KB2BG. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the most current topic and then dwindle off into more bullshit. Now, with the way War Thunder works, here, this is the whole paradox with how it works and why there are BRs and all that jibber jabber jazz. Okay? Their main reason for the BR system is because the games take too long with the 20 tier system, or a more proper tiering system, which is less compressed. If you guys, we might get into a little bit of the compression at the end of this video. If you guys want to know more about what compression is, Mags TV gives a great demonstration and presentation on what that means. Alright, so we have the BR system, and the reason why we have the BR system is not because of balance, is not because of this, it's because there's not enough frickin' players to join the game. And that's the reason for the BR system. They're trying to just make everything into one fucking game so players get games. And when that happens, you get unbalanced matchmaker. And when you get unbalanced matchmaker, you get people leaving the game. And when people leave the game, War Thunder in their encyclopedia of epic brain proportions are like, we don't have players. We need to make more. I sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know what? We're just gonna keep it, normal. They're like, we don't have players because people are leaving the game. We have two options. We're gonna make more content to supply the BR, or we're going to make the BR more compressed so the players that are playing the game get into games which make them happy, that we think, but in actuality they're pissed off because frickin' MiG-9 late pilots are tired and frustrated of fighting Sabre F2s, Hunters, and all that jazz. Now you F2H pilots, you guys need to stop bitching, okay? The F2H can sustain a 9.0 BR. Get off your fucking high horse. The F2H is literally the easiest plane in the game. It can do so much more than an 8.0. If you guys want to argue, I'll give you an 8.3. Okay, but not an 8.0. You guys need to get the hell out of here. All right? Anyway, so that's the paradox. More players keep leaving, so they keep compressing the BR to get more players in the game that they think would make the players happy. But in actuality, it doesn't make them happy. And then there's the other side of the spectrum, which is what I think would happen. Now, there is a conspiracy theory I have about the BR compression. We'll get to that later. I'm sorry if this video is kind of confusing, but this is just my heart spilling out for a game I truly fucking love. Now, on the other hand of the spectrum, at least in my world, in my knowledge, this is how I would think if I was a business. Now, again, guys, I have never ran a company other than YouTube, but that is not a lot of overhead with YouTube compared to a multi-million-dollar company, okay? So put it with a grain of salt, all right? Anyway, so what I'm trying to get at is that if War Thunder goes back to a more uncompressed tiering system, or 20 tiers, just to put it in perspective, I think players will come back. And when players come back, then they don't need to compress the BR or any kind of tier matchmaker because there's more players to fill the gaps. Now, it is 1 a.m. here, but we have 20,000 players online, and even in its maximum performance, War Thunder, without an event, without a new anything to grind for, gets about an average 50 to 60,000 players. So that's my solution. Bring back the proper matchmaker. Let the community decide on certain matches. And the thing is that what I don't understand is that War Thunder always is like, the statistics mean this. And I'm like, but wouldn't people's opinions too mean that? Because if people are getting raped in the Meteor Mark III over and over and over and over and over again, certainly you're going to reduce that BR. But it doesn't seem like that happened. Now, I know what can unfold if you let the community decide on certain matchmaker elements, but I think there's no reason why we can't get a fixture on the population's census, or, well, censuses, okay, whatever, idea on what should verse what. Just an idea. Because War Thunder obviously doesn't know, but I think its player base would know. And sure, they could factor in statistics and other stuff, but saying that our statistics are saying that you guys are wrong is a complete fuck you to me and to you. It should feel like a fuck you to you too, because what the statistics are you. That is you playing the game, and they're getting those results from your performance. So why wouldn't players' opinions be as equal as to I can't even talk anymore. Stats. If you guys don't know, I have a stuttering issue, and after a while, I start to lose my words. Anyways, does that make sense? Because if they're getting these results from your performance, wouldn't your positive and negatives reflect your relationship with a plane or a tank? I think it would, and I think it should. So to sum up that topic, the BR can stay. I really don't care, but it needs to be less compressed. And I think that will take a whole heap off player frustration. And now we're on to my conspiracy theory on why they don't want to do that. This is all a paradox. When one thing goes down, everything's fucked. My conspiracy theory is that they're compressing the BR so much is because they need to make money. And I understand that. It's a company. They have to make money to pay their employees, pay taxes, and have epic Russian parties. I understand that. But it's so obvious to me. There's no factual information on this, but to me it's clear as day. The reason why they're compressing the BR so much is they're trying to frustrate a small portion of the population to buy up. Hence being, we now have the Horton 229 at 8.0. That plane's not going to fight 8.0 aircraft strictly. It's not going to be top BR, maybe 1 out of 8 times. Just one more thing to add about the Horton 229. This is me right now editing the video. I had another idea. Is that instead of changing the air realistic BR of the Horton 229, why not have a tank BR for planes? Would that not make more sense? Because their main reason, and there's definitely factual information on this, you guys probably know it too, their main reason for increasing the Horton 229's BR was because it clubbed the living fuck out of tanks and tank BR. Which it should. You give a plane 30mm HVAP rounds, you're going to go right through stuff, kill all the crew, set stuff on fire, and destroy those weakly armored sides. So instead of increasing the BR at whole, why not just have a tank BR? You make the tankers happy, and I'm sure the players who are using the Horton 229 and Tank RB will understand. I mean, it doesn't matter what fucking BR the Horton's at, it's going to kill tanks. All they gotta do is change their tactics from coming at tank sides to diving on top of them and penetrating their 30mm top deck armor with their HVAP rounds. And if this Horton 229 BR increase, if the reason is not tank RB and the reason is air realistic tank killing, like how the Horton swarm to kill all those tanks in the game quickly, that's teamwork. That should be rewarded and not punished. You at the Horton's BR, You had the F80, the P80, the F84 to come in and kill them if they were doing that. I think you should reward teamwork, War Thunder. Not let it fight MiG-17s and F2 Sabres. God, I have... okay, back to the normal scheduled programming. But they're going to frustrate you so fucking much to get up to that MiG-15 or that CL-13 or that ME-262, whatever it be, that one with 2 rocket engines that you ignite the boosters with. And I think they're willing to sacrifice players' happiness for money. And in actuality, that's how it should be. Maybe that's a wrong kind of word phrasing, but you should find a median of those two forces of nature. Players' happiness with how much money you can get out of them to support your game. And what War Thunder is doing, in my conspiracy theory, is that it's too fucking much. It's weighing too heavy on the money aspect and not in the player's happiness. Because they have a ton of stats on this, I believe, that when they take away players' happiness, more players are willing to spend money to get past the MiG-9 late, and get into the 15s and then the 17s to really enjoy the game. And when players are already that high on the BR spectrum, the stats prove that they're not going to leave the game. They have friends in the game. They have TeamSpeak. They have a clan. They're not going to leave the game as much as you think. They're going to stick through it, or not. Well, they're going to buy GE and get up and level up so they can actually have fun. And I think that's a horrible way to do business. Because I think War Thunder could be a 300,000 player congruent daily game. But money speaks. And War Thunder is really dropping the ball in my opinion. Because the model that they're working with is they're targeting those players who will spend money and not targeting those that won't. And that's the X factor. Because why would you spend money on a game that frustrates you when you're not the person who really spends money on a free-to-play game? To me, it would mean more if a game was amazing. I would be more willing to spend money on certain objects such as epic skins, premium time, premium planes, in that nature. I feel like War Thunder is targeting the wrong people. They're pushing the issue on people who already will spend money on the game and not players who won't because they're frustrated. There's two different people. There's people that will pay through and get up to that high BR, and then there's players who will just leave the game because they're frustrated. But why not take both initiatives? Why not have those players who will normally spend money on games they enjoy, who would already spend money if they were frustrated, and then also have the players who are really happy that really don't spend that much money on the game, but end up spending money anyways because they really, really enjoy it. Another thing is, with having more players playing a game, to me, that means more money. With the model and the balance and everything paired up correctly. That's my conspiracy theory. The reason why this game is so compressed is they're trying to frustrate the living shit out of people. I have no more words. I have no more words. And the sad thing is that I really fucking love this game, man. I play this game. I will record this game for 6 hours in a day. I'll go eat dinner. You know, Laura's not here. You know, I have nothing to do. I want to play some RB tanks, man. Take out my Yak 9T, set shit on fire, have fun like that. I love this game. And I think the developers and the people who really put their heart and soul into this game, the CD mod or the CGI or the people who do the 3D modeling, put their heart and soul into this stuff, and some fucking shitty business decisions are ruining this game for everybody. This is a Phly rant. Now, I know this is going to go to the War Thunder HQ, and people are going to watch this, and I want you guys to know that this is not. Even though I sound really aggressive and frustrated, I want you guys to learn from this. I want you guys just really just sit back and relax and listen to this rant from someone who really doesn't matter, and just kind of try to side with me and try to be like, oh, okay, well, I can kind of see that, because I really think it will help your game. And it will make millions of people more happy than they are. But all right, guys, thanks for letting me vent. Until next time, peace out.